Lynes on Design. I am here today with Judy Thorpe. We are at the Pollock home for the annual Choral Society Tour of Homes. What year is this? I think I just asked you
our
that.
27th annual.
And what makes this one so special?
I think it's very special because of what houses we choose. The owners are really, really excited about decorating. And we're pretty experienced, and we get a lot of docents in the homes.
I was just going to say, this is a well-oiled machine, and this year is no exception. It's at Belfair.
Yes.
The homes that you all chose are amazing. I've had the opportunity to be with Judy kind of for the past month or two, and it is.
Each one is very different from the other one.
And today, who are we going to talk to?
We're going to talk to Julie Pollock,
okay,
owner of this home.
And it's a little bit before the actual tour. And as a matter of fact, it's right before Thanksgiving. So she's been decorating sort of in stages for the holiday tour, which comes up in early December.
December 4th.
Is this the major fundraiser for the Choral Society?
It is the fundraiser for the Choral Society.
And for the folks who may not know what the Choral Society really is and does, can you share a little bit about that?
Well, we have 4 concerts a year. Everyone is welcome to join us. We're open enrollment.
Well,
and no audition.
And you're good.
Well, there's about 100 of us. We
it.
fluctuate with the moves of people, the snowbirds, and people. Christmas concert coming up is probably our best attended. Yeah, we have more members here, and everybody likes to hear Christmas music. So.
Well, I tell you what we're going to do today is take a sneak preview of this beautiful Pollock home. We're going to talk to Julie and also her designer, Laura, about some of the inspirations. So stay with us. We'll be right back on Lynes on Design. We're back on Lynes on Design. Julie is here with me. Laura is here with me. Laura has been the designer who has worked with you, Julie. And you have lived here how long?
Just over a year. We moved in Thanksgiving last year.
The place is unbelievable. This is probably one of my favorite houses I've ever been in. Let me start by kind of talking about your relationship and how you all got to be partners in crime with this gorgeous place.
Well, I was looking for a rug for the house and went into a local rug store, and Laura was there. And started hanging out, and started talking about some design things, and found out that she has a design company, and so invited her out to look at the property, and she had so many great ideas. She came up with this whole one-room dining room concept. When she walked in, she just knew the space, and personality-wise, we work well together.
You hit it off. Do you
really
well
together?
You do some kind of cool things. I mean, as a designer, I think one of the things that interested me the most was your concept of design. You do a couple of cool things.
I do home staging, but I also do what's called redesign. And redesign, especially in today's economy, you use what you have. And, of course, you have to go shopping for a few new things.
Right.
But
that's your job. Oh, yeah.
Which is, twist my arm.
Right. But, there are so many things that can be repurposed, and it saves so much money. And you're comfortable with what you have. And it's just...
It's the right thing to do.
It is the right thing to do.
I laugh and tell people all the time, and you probably feel the same way I do. When I walk into someone's house, it's all new stuff to me. So it's like going into somebody else's retail store, and it's really fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
You have worked magic. It is great. Between the two of you, I can just see the synergy, and it's really worked well. When I walked in, you brought out some tableware that you had found that you both were flipping over.
Well, the plates we had, the glasses we found. So
let's talk about the inspiration for this room. And we are talking about the Choral Society Tour of Homes, so this is going to be on display for everything. And I think no matter what holiday season it is, this room speaks for itself.
Absolutely. This was the one room, actually, that was not redone in the house. We sort of left everything.
Did you?
Yeah, of course, the chandeliers were added, but the color scheme, ceilings, everything were here. Just brought the furniture in, and it worked. Everything just worked.
I just noticed the ceilings. Tell me about those, if you will.
I wish I could tell you. We don't really. They were here.
Are they tin?
We're not sure. I have not climbed on a ladder.
And tapped.
I have not.
One of the interesting things that you all have done is the way you've displayed items. Can you talk to me, Laura, a little bit, if you will, about some of the built-in? Well, these aren't built-ins.
These are built-in. This room was originally a living room, and this niche was for entertainment, your TV, and knowing what furniture Julie already had. And knowing the spaces, I thought this would be great for your display cabinets, for your Murano glass, And it's a nice mirror for the fireplace on the other side.
Gorgeous fireplace. How do you use this place?
Well,
Let me ask you that.
last Christmas was our first Christmas here, and it was so much fun to actually be sitting here at the dining room table with a real fire, because it's not gas. And it was it just was the perfect homey Christmas.
Why do I feel like it's like stepping back in time in here? I guess the flavor, how would you all describe the flavor or the feel of this entire compound or your home?
Go design.
Go design it, yeah. Here. Yeah, again, Choral Lynes want to know.
Well, the whole compound is homey. It's cottagey. It's comfortable. We have plenty of space, but it's not overwhelming.
And Julie, when I think cottagey, oftentimes I will think cute. It's not
Right,
cute.
no, it's not
very,
cute.
It feels very French countryside to me, very sophisticated, but like I could still curl up.
Right. It's not a cottage by the lake feel.
Correct.
And
Exactly.
that's what we wanted to avoid.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to walk into the kitchen. There's a lot of great vignettes, great spaces to see. So we're going to look at the kitchen, I think. We're going to look at the little eating area.
Sure.
And then go out and see some of the other...
The outhouses.
We're going to go to the outhouses. All right, let's look, and I definitely want to see the kitchen. All right, guys, tell me, what was your vision? Now, it's kind of the set, the Julie and the Lori set. What were you thinking?
Well, we wanted to change what was in here, really update everything.
Okay.
Laura knew that I was not going to be able to redo the cabinets.
Okay.
As much as I wanted to.
Right.
And again, that's where my redesign comes in. Instead of ripping out all the cabinets and spending a fortune on new cabinets, the design was great. The cabinets were in great condition. We picked paint colors and applied a faux technique to the cabinets so they look antiqued.
Can I tell you, it is amazing what you all have done. You love it too.
I love it. I love it. And this
is
painted.
So, yeah.
We knew we couldn't change the cabinets themselves, so we had to incorporate colors, and we looked long and hard to find the right countertop, and which we actually found at Kelco Counters here in Bluffton. And then Laura helped come up with the paint, the brown, which we just love.
What did you think? Was she thinking what was in her mind? Was she thinking watercolors? What was she thinking? Yeah.
Well, we wanted cottage. We wanted modern cottage. We didn't want dark because the house itself is fairly dark.
Okay.
There's not a lot of natural light that comes in. So with the cabinets here being glass on both sides, the light continues through. The light colored cabinets help reflect light, but then we wanted the chocolate brown to highlight the stove and the island area.
It's so pretty. And this is a very open floor plan. Is that your thing?
No, not at all. I sort of like being closed off in my kitchen where I do my cooking, and I love entertaining. I usually don't want people in my space.
Right.
But now that I've lived here, I absolutely love having the open.
Do you find it is like a keeping room where people just gather and congregate?
Even when we have our kids at the guest house, and I've set up, there's a kitchen out there, and I've set up coffee. They still come over here in the morning to get their coffee and hang out.
All right, talk to me about the body of the room here. They're very comfortable seating. I love how you centered it, but nothing's against a wall.
Right.
Right, and it helps with the flow,
Yeah,
the
okay.
traffic flow. We didn't want to block the windows, so with having your sofa directly against the windows, and it just flows better.
Well, and plus it's pretty, it's creative, and it's not just squared off everywhere.
It's more welcoming. It really is.
And you'll love this. I have to tell you, when I first walked in, I was talking to Julie. I'm like, so tell me about how. She goes, well, we came in here. She goes, well, check out my chandelier. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's just,
can I tell you where I got it?
Yeah, how did
Pottery Barn.
No, you did not.
I did.
How did you find? Did you just find one?
I had seen it in a catalog for years and always wanted it. And there was a huge metal hanging chandelier, right? Some like a wagon wheel,
Okay.
almost. And when we took that down, my husband said, "No way is that little thing going to work." And it just, oh, I love it. I'm so happy with it.
I mean, we talk all the time, and I'm sure now you do too. Scale. It's all about scale.
It really is.
And that just works. That's such a great area. Is that breakfast, coffee area? Are you all outside a lot?
No, we actually don't. I mean, this past summer, it was so warm. We are outside, weather permitting. But, yeah, this is where we hang out.
Oh, I love it. All right, we're going to take a quick break on Lynes on Design. We're going to come right back, and we're going to check out the beautiful exterior. Stay with us. Love this guest house. Tell me how you use it. Again, what are you thinking when you came in? And oh, by the way, it is very festive in here. I do feel like it's the holiday season. Your kids are going to love it.
Yeah, and we have a new grandchild, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the tree, but I think she's about 15, 16 months. So
what's her name?
Abigail.
Oh, she's going to have a ball.
She is.
Yeah, and when we knew we wanted to do kitschy with this shag rug, which was already here, which was Laura's idea.
Well, it's funny because I walk in, I'm like, look at the pink and green. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Every single corner here is appointed with something fun and festive, and it really looks great. How do you use this?
Well, it's for guests, our kids, whoever happens to come. Frank's had a couple golfing weekends, and we've had different family, and it's just been perfect. Because as you can see, there's a kitchen and
two bedrooms,
two baths, washer and dryer, so they can just camp out here,
which is
it's
really
perfect.
Nice. All right, if let's say I have guests here, or let's say we're staying here for fun for a weekend, and we want an adult place to go, or we feel like perhaps we need a confessional, if you will. That's
right down the.
Oh, you happen to have one?
I happen to have one, and at night the pathway is lit to it. So when we get lit, we can find our way.
I like this. This is good. All right, we got to go check this out. She's bad. You're bad. All right, I do want to see it because it's pretty cool. All right, come on, guys. I love it. We are in the confessional. We women in the confessional.
That's right.
Need a confessional. But this is really a fabulous, fabulous space. All right, you have to talk to us about the inception of the confessional.
Well, there was nothing here. The facade of the building was here. This was a storage facility. For the previous owner was into cars, and so there was nothing out here. And my husband had, as you can see, likes wine.
Yes.
And so we already had at our other home 4 wine cabinets full of wine. And so he started formulating a plan in his mind, and this is his idea. And we had a contractor, Full Circle Development, that we used, who actually, this room just won the Builders Association Award,
it really?
2011 Lighthouse Award for Best Overall.
And I want to talk about some of the walls. The walls are really interesting.
The cork
walls, and why cork?
Well, Frank, my husband, designed the whole room, and I think he
Seemed
trying to keep
inappropriate.
keeping in the mood.
Well, and you know what's interesting about cork is I've recently done a bunch of research on it. It's used in submarines. It's sound absorbing. It is easy to maintain and clean. It doesn't absorb smells. So it's really a pretty perfect surface for a room like this. And then the lighting, the ambient lighting is really good for mood also.
Right.
I love the seating arrangement.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, Frank got the humidor table because the room is also vented, so you can smoke out here.
Okay.
Have our cigars out here. And we first started talking about leather chairs and started looking and decided the leather would be a little heavy out here. So found the chairs that I think thin it up a little bit because it is such a masculine room with the colors. And,
I love it. The track lighting, I mean, every inch of this is really interesting, and I wish we had time to really take you, inch by inch to really look at it. This is kind of an interesting counterpiece too.
Yeah, again, Frank, I call him Frank, came up with the dark granite, and at first I thought that's going to be too much, but and he picked out the backsplash himself.
Refrigerator?
And everything here
This
he
is
picked
great.
out. Yeah.
So is this ice and refrigerator? These are
and then
great,
that's
isn't
the,
it?
White wine refrigerator. So.
And I love the use of your small tiles. I think they really work in here.
It really does.
They add the light and reflection.
The that's what I was going to point out. The tile itself, you have such a variety in the backsplash. The reflective just gives it a little bit of a modern edge.
Exactly. And I like how you all decked it out for the holidays, too. It looks pretty good that way, too. A little bit of... Now, what was your thought when... I wouldn't know how to begin to decorate this for Christmas.
We just wanted touches. We just wanted it to feel like winter in here, like the holidays. So we started with the swags hanging from the lights. And Julie had a great idea for a wine tree.
I love this. Is so cute.
It's my daughter said she had seen it on a show, and because I told her we were going to decorate out here, and she said, "Oh, Mom, I saw the cutest cocktail tree," and so found the ornaments for that. So.
You guys have been working hard.
We do. We work here.
This is going to be a good tour. Judy's over here going, "Yeah, it looks really good." All right, we're going to walk from the confessional. What parts of the compound have we not seen yet?
The office, my husband's office.
Can we go check that out?
Absolutely.
And on the way to the office, I think we should go by and show the pool because that area is gorgeous. And I will say, you said you're so disappointed at the time we're filming, though.
Yes. The summer is just, there is so much in bloom around here. And yes, the camellias are in bloom now. But this summer, it was just stunning because there's constantly something in bloom, the hydrangeas or the black-eyed Susans. And, of course, this time of year, you're winding down. So,
do you do a lot of your gardening, too? Do you love to get out there and piddle?
I do. I found a great gardener, Ben Turner, who is a local guy. He also does kayak tours, just a great guy, and he knows plants. And I have a regular landscaping company that comes in and does the yard.
Right.
But for the plants, Ben has been a godsend. I don't know what I would do, but I do love piddling, and he's helped me further my gardening.
And I do want to say, too, about your the pool as we're walking out. We'll talk a little bit about the pool because I love the black bottom of the pool.
Yeah, so we were talking about the pool, and the original homeowner put in the black bottom pool, and he was very unhappy with it. He and his wife didn't use the pool that much. We love it. We spend a lot of time out there.
I love it.
Of course, one of my neighbors mentioned one of the first things about the black bottom pool. Oh, aren't you worried about snakes? And
I would never even think that, would you?
Yeah. Okay. And I didn't. And of course, I'm swimming and the dogs weren't here. And I get down to the deep end and look at the filter, and there's a snake.
No.
Terrified of snakes. So I get up, screaming, run across the street, get my neighbor who comes with a shovel, and
hey, a snake is a snake is a snake. Do you spend a lot of time outside?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And you know, I tell you what, as we were walking in by the pool, we also looked at the gorgeous orange tree. There were kumquats. There's all kinds of gardens. There are supposed to be vineyards, but all the animals have been enjoying the grapes.
Yes. Yeah.
Where are we now?
This is Frank's office.
Okay. Inspiration, ma'am?
Masculine. Frank wanted his own space, so we gave him his own space.
One of the things that you all have done so well is, and I don't know if you've noticed this in some of the other places, but interesting use of shelving. When you least expect it, these walls that are sort of an odd size, if you will. Yes. What do you do with them?
Exactly. And the shelves, just from molding, it's perfect to add a little...
I love it.
Knick-knack here and there.
The look looks... Well, you guys did a great job. Talk to me, if you will, while I'm grabbing stuff, because these are the cutest things ever. And I already know you don't know who did this.
Linda Holly, I think. So we have an event here at Belfair, and she does Santas. We had in the guest house, I call him my Hilton Head Santa.
Oh, the pink and green.
Pink and green one on the sofa.
And, they are adorable. And just, he's two-sided. You can see his face.
Well, let me ask you this about design. And one of the things that I've noticed, Julie, in the home is everything looks festive. It's decorated for the holidays, but it's not necessarily what I would call over the top. Was that by purpose? Is
Yes.
that, yeah, talk to me a little bit about how do you decide how much or how little?
A lot of Julie's whole property is just about feeling, and that's what we wanted to go with in all the rooms. We wanted to show a Christmas spirit, but without having Santa Clauses everywhere and
stuff
and just knickknacks and so by the use of greenery and some candles and a little splash of color here and there, even the
that's what I
reindeer,
like. Yeah,
it gives that feeling without.
I think both of us grew up in homes where our mothers made Christmas explode.
Okay.
And that was the one thing that we communicated.
Agreed on.
Yeah, we're just not going to
No
go over this. No explosion of Christmas.
Well, and the other thing that I have found interesting, and I think you've heard both Laura and Julie chat about this, is it doesn't always have to be expensive. You've gotten some fun, great things that you've picked up. I'm like, oh my gosh, where did you get that? Michael's, or
Target.
It's just,
and then Laura was great. I had a lot of stuff here, and she's found ways to incorporate it, and which is again what she likes.
Exactly.
So
the redesign, and
it's been wonderful and pretty painless and guilt free.
Is it?
Yes.
And it won't take you 4 days to disassemble it either.
No, and my family's going to be here so they can help take everything down.
Well, and Frank's going to shoot us if we don't talk a little bit about some of the great things in his space.
Yeah. Well, this is all sort of repurposed from another house, and the card table, and and he needs a space because even when he's on vacation, he's not on vacation.
Right. He's working.
He's still
and he needs
always
to get
working
away
because he does work internationally, and he has to be available.
I tell you what, this has been so much fun, and we've only just touched kind of the compound. There's beautiful things, but like I said, it's very comfortable. I do feel a bit like I'm in Europe, I have to say. There are little hints of the Low Country, pink and green Santa, for example.
Sure.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much, Laura. We've learned a lot, too, which is a lot of fun. We want to thank you all for joining us here on Lynes on Design. Have a great holiday. Bye-bye.